All right, so again, thank you for joining us this morning for your new student onboarding meeting. We've got a couple of quick introductions before we get into what I like to call the meat and potatoes of your program. So to start it off, I'm going to introduce first myself. I am Brandy Guillory. I'm going to be your instructor. I know I've already talked to y'all via text and email and whatnot, but now you see my face. You can put a face with the name. But next up, I want to introduce our Director of Education over the online campus, Miss Jessica Washington.
Yes, welcome to Unitech Training Academy, and I'm so excited that you're starting your career with us. My name is Jessica Washington, and I'm going to be your Director of Education. As your Director of Education, I will be overseeing your academic success plan to ensure that you will be successful in your program, or if you're falling behind, I'm able to assist you get back on track. One of the biggest keys to success is communication. And the only way that we could help you is if you communicate with us. You will see me in your Zoom lectures for observation to ensure that you as the student understand the lectures, assignments, exams, and lab objectives by giving clear instruction from your instructor. I do send messages in e-learning stating whether you're doing a great job on our assignment or if you need some motivation to get through the week. I believe in you and I know you could do this. Remember, you are the author of your own story in life. So make it a great one, embrace the journey, make a real difference, and never stop learning. Welcome to Unitech.
Thank you, Miss Jessica. All right, and next I'm going to introduce you to our other, or most of our other medical billing and coding instructors. Our program chair, Miss Marcia Gallagher, is not with us today, but you guys will hear her name and see her face throughout your time at the program. And she's out sick today, unfortunately, so you guys will have to meet her another day. But I want to start it off with Miss Danielle Washington.
Good morning, you guys, and welcome. My name is Miss Danielle Washington. I am one of the OMBC instructors. Just as Miss Jessica mentioned a few minutes ago, communication is key. I often tell my new students as they're joining the program, we understand and we know that just because you decided to go back to school, life doesn't stop. So in the midst of life things happening, communicate with your instructor and let her know what you need so that she's able to help you to reach your goal. Congratulations on your decision to go back to school. It's one of the best things you could do. Education is something no one can ever take from you. So hold on tight, y'all in for a lively ride. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Miss Danielle. Miss Crystal?
Good morning and welcome to Unitech Training Academy. My name is Miss Crystal Berry, another one of your medical billing and coding instructors. And I cannot say nothing different from what Miss Danielle Washington has stated. We're glad and excited that you have decided to join the Unitech family. Just remember to communicate, and if you communicate, things will go as planned.
Thank you. Miss Ashley?
Hello and welcome to Unitech. I'm an OMBC instructor as well. I'm Ashley Leslie. And 3 tips I can give you is to create a relationship with your instructor. She's going to be your best friend throughout this program. Also, budget your time. We have life, we have other things going on, but make sure you make time for school. And most importantly, enjoy this experience on your new journey. And again, welcome to Unitech.
Thank you so much, Miss Ashley. All right, next I'm going to introduce you guys to our dynamic trio, I like to call them, our career services team. And we'll start it off with Miss Kelly.
Well, welcome to Unitech. There is 3 of us. There is me, there is Shayna, and there is Tiffany. As one of the 3 online campus career service coordinators, I'm excited to welcome you to Unitech Training Academy and start your new career. The focus of Career Service Department is providing career development skills and job search skills for the students and graduates. So what should you expect from career service? Well, we're going to help you with your resume skills. We're going to help you with your mock interviews. We're going to help you learn how to search for jobs. And we also are in network with a lot of the potential community employers locally around. So we're going to help you with those job leads. A little bit about me is I've worked in the medical field for a few years now as a medical office assistant and also a medical biller. In my many years in medical field, I have been privileged to meet so many wonderful physicians, nurses, medical staff, medical coders, and billers. I would like to welcome you to the change and open to the new beginnings. Very soon, you will get everything you've asked for, and your dream will and your life will be your reality. It is on your way, and it's time to shine. Welcome to Unitech, you guys.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kelly. Ms. Shanna, did you want to say something?
Welcome, welcome. Just as Ms. Kelly basically said it all, so I just introduced myself. I am Ms. Shana Joseph. I am a third member of the Career Services Department, and this is exciting. I just want to welcome you all to Unitech and to Career Services. We are here to assist you in reaching your goals. So as Ms. Kelly stated, anything career-wise, questions you might have as far as job opportunities, career paths with your training that you've received, you're going to get that information from Career Services. Do not hesitate to reach out to us if you have any of those questions. I like to say that we are your Google. We can be your Google. If you have questions about job opportunities and career paths, feel free to reach out to us. We're not technically on campus, so we used to say we have an open door policy. That kind of doesn't work virtually, but we have an open communication policy. So if you want to email us, text us, and you're going to get all of our contact information, please do so. Use us. You don't have to ask around to other people and friends and family who are very supportive, but sometimes they don't necessarily know. So make sure that you can contact us. If we don't have the answer, I can guarantee this, that we will find the answer and get it to you. So once again, welcome to Unitech. You are going to hear a lot from Career Services because our goal is to assist you all with gaining employment and, more importantly, starting your new career from the training, the wonderful training that you're going to receive at Unitech. So welcome you all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shana. Okay, and last but not least, there's one more introduction I want to make. The glue that holds the online campus together, our registrar, Ms. Franny Gaudreau.
Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, and I was struggling to find the unmute button. I wanted to welcome y'all all to Unitech, and basically, I'm here. I build your diploma plan and build your courses out. I also can tell you when your expected graduation date is, as well as if you need any verification letters, you can email me. I'll put my email address in the chat. For those of y'all who haven't done orientation yet, you should have received a Unitech email from Unitech Student Services, and it will have all of your password information and username for you to go into e-learning. If for some reason you haven't received that email, please check your spam folder as well. And if you don't see anything, then go ahead and email support@unitechta.edu. We want to make sure that you're ready, up and running today to get started with Ms. Brandy. Again, as everyone stated, keep focus and communicate as best as you can. You're here for a reason, and we want to see you through all the way to the end, as well as getting that career that you deserve. Again, welcome to Unitech.
Thank you so much, Ms. Franny. I appreciate it. All right, folks, let's see. We're going to go ahead and wish everybody a great day and go ahead and jump into the meat and potatoes of our program and get acquainted a little bit. Have a nice day, everybody. Thank y'all for stopping in.
Bye.
Hi, Madison.
Hi, Ms. Heather.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Miss Heather, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm late. I had an appointment, but
That's okay. Unfortunately, we're already finished with our introductions, but it looks
Okay.
like you know some of these students already anyway.
yes, I do. I know, I do. I'm glad to see you both. Have a good day.
You
Enjoy.
too, Miss Heather.
You're in good hands.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, how are y'all doing today, ladies?
Good.
I know that was a lot of people. That was a lot of people, but we at Unitech are a team, and we work very, even though we're online, and some of those people that you just met are not even in this state. They're off in Alabama, California, New Jersey, all over the country. But we are actually a very close-knit team, even though we are online. And we want the same thing for our students. You guys can make connections in this program that will take you far. A lot of medical billing and coding jobs, medical office jobs, a lot of them are gotten through people you know. Okay, connections you make, people you've worked with in the past, things like that. As a matter of fact, the way I got this job was through someone I worked with in my first medical billing job. So, and here we are today working together again. So we hope that y'all will get to know some of the other people in your program, and take that with you for life. But we are a team, and we're your team. We're here for your success. So a little bit about me. Again, my name is Brandy Guillory, and I have been doing medical billing and coding for almost a decade, about 10 years. I've been in this industry. This is not where I planned for my life to be. I actually have a bachelor's degree in something completely different, but I lived in a part of our state where the IT industry was just not big. So I had to do something. So I got into medical billing and coding, and it's been fantastic. It's been a great journey so far, and I'm sure it will continue to be. And I hope it is for you guys too. I've worked in a lot of different specialties: neuropsychology, pediatrics, orthopedics, cardiology, oncology. I've even done some ambulance billing at one point in time. And I've also I work for Unitech, and then also on the side, I'm a billing and coding. I do it on a contract basis so far I've done a few urgent cares in a few different doctors' offices and clinics. But once you get to a point in your career where you can do that, you can basically set your pay. If I go into a job interview for a contract job, I go in with a number that this is what I cost an hour. You can take it or leave it. And most of the time they take it because our services are pretty valuable. Once they figure out that they need us, they really need us. They really need us. So the job opportunities are out there, guys. And a little bit about this program, what this is going to do for you, the doors it's going to open. I've actually got a couple of students who started at the beginning of January who are maybe on the verge or thinking that they wanted to quit because they got into the program and it wasn't quite what they thought it was going to be. And it's just because where you're jumping into the program right now, we are concentrating heavily on coding, CPT coding in particular. And it's hard to just kind of jump in and grab a hold of that because that's one of those skills that comes with repetition and time and practice. Okay. So you're not just going to jump in and everything's going to make perfect sense to you. It's not. And then you may figure out that you don't like coding at all. I've got one girl in the class who doesn't like coding, and that's okay. That's okay because that's not all this program is about. We are going to teach you how to do almost anything you want to do in the administrative side of a medical office. If you don't like coding, because I'll be the first one to say that I won't take a job that is strictly coding. I don't like it. It's not what I want to do. I like billing. I like arguing with insurance companies. I like fighting to get my doctors paid. That's kind of where that's my jam. Okay. I'm not a coder. I don't really care for it, but I know how to do it. And I can teach it. I teach it pretty good, but don't freak out if you jump in and you're like, is not quite what I thought it would be, but you still do want to work in a medical office. This program will set you up for that. There's 2 different certifications that you can get with this program: the insurance and coding certification, and then there's also a medical office assistant certification, which basically covers you for anything you would want to do job-wise in the front end of a medical office. Reception, scheduling, insurance verifications, anything like that. So you don't necessarily, if you get into it and coding is not your thing, that's not all this program is, I promise, okay? That's just, unfortunately, that's where we're at right now in it. But the program runs kind of like they call it a Ferris wheel, okay? It's 8 months long, and we enroll students constantly throughout that 8 months. So you just kind of jump in wherever we're at and you work around, okay? Our modules, we have like 8 classes, we call them modules, and it runs from 151 to 158, okay? Right now, we're at the end of module 154. So we're like almost dead center, right? We're dead center in the middle of the program. So we're into the heavy coding right now. But we're at the end of this module. So I'm going to set you guys as first assignments for the rest of this module a little bit differently than everybody else's. Instead of the regular assignments, your assignments are going to be titled New Student, okay? So once you get into e-learning and you start looking in there for your assignments, you're going to make sure to look for those New Student assignments, okay? Let's see. We'll talk more about assignments in a few minutes. So that's a little bit about the program. Do y'all have any questions about the certifications or what kind of jobs you could get? Anything like that about billing and coding or the program in general?
No, ma'am.
What you got, Angel?
Okay, so I know that there's 2 different certifications. If we wanted to, can we both try to work on both to where we graduate? Okay.
Yes, you can. You can get both of them. And Unitech pays for you to take those tests the first time. So they're included with your program, both certifications. Yep. I have students that, I actually have students who have both certifications. I've got students that choose one versus the other, depending on what they like to do. And I actually have some students who have not taken the certification exams, just gotten through the course and went on to work. Because the place that they applied did not require a certification. And there's plenty of places out there that don't, but if you want to make the good money, you need those certifications attached to your resume. They up your pay, just point blank. They make you worth more than everybody else.
And also, I had seen on some people, I think I was watching one of the orientations, or I was looking at the catalog, how they have equipment. So being that we're strictly online, do we have equipment that we need to purchase or anything, or we're just doing labs online?
You'll be doing labs online. The only equipment you have to have is a working computer of some sort, a laptop or a desktop. That's it. And then if you get in a bind, like if your computer breaks or something like that, we have, there's a lot of stuff that you can actually do from your phone. We have kind of a mobile app or a mobile site that kind of ties in with our e-learning site. And there's some things that you can do from your phone. But I will tell you this, once we get into module 156, which is going to be in about 5 or 6 weeks, you will need either a desktop or a laptop for sure. Because the software that we start working with y'all in is not compatible with a tablet or a phone. So that I can tell you up front, but that's it. Everything else, your books, your textbooks are going to be ebooks. You're going to get, Miss Franny, our registrar, is going to email you once you complete today's assignment and become active in the course. She's going to email you your logins for e-learning, and she's going to email you instructions with how to access your ebooks. Okay. And there's like 5 or 6 books that you'll use throughout the program that are all going to be ebooks. And then next week in the mail, you'll get your coding manuals. You get 3 physical manuals. Let's see if I have one handy, that are strictly for coding. And let's see, this is the one we are currently working in. And see why the reason, see how big this thing is? You get 3 of these, so it's a super huge box that you're gonna get like next week. So, and that's part of the reason that I'm not making you guys' assignments the same as everybody else's, because we're working out a data manual and y'all probably are not gonna get it till maybe the end of next week or next weekend, before it gets shipped to y'all. So y'all will not have the CPT manual to work out of. So I'm gonna give y'all some other assignments out of the textbook that are gonna introduce y'all to CPT. And that way you can use the rest of the time in this module the next week or so, just to get used to the system. Get used to turning in assignments, uploading things, finding things in your textbook. You've got some wiggle room so y'all can just get used to everything, because it can be overwhelming. We know that. We're throwing a lot of information at y'all at one time. So being overwhelmed is completely normal, okay? Everybody's overwhelmed like their first 2 weeks in. But after that, things really start to kind of click and fall into place, I promise. And also, I'm only a text message away, guys. I'm only a text message away. There are no silly questions, just the ones that don't get asked, you know? And also, if you're stuck on something, don't sit there and stress about it. If you need some clarification, shoot me a text message and I'll shoot you one right back and we'll get it worked out, okay? I'm super easy to talk to, and y'all can almost text me anytime and I'll text y'all back. Technically my office hours are from 8 to 5, but I have a lot of students that work during the day and work on assignments at night and on the weekends. So I'm not going to turn you down if you need my help after hours, okay? Now, there are certain times after hours when I'm with my family or not by a computer or something like that. But if that's the case, I will let y'all know. I'll say, hey, let's take care of this on Monday. Don't stress about it for the weekend, all right? Or the next day or whatever. But I'll let you know something, okay? So that,
And I have one more question.
what you got?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I love
Like
questions.
whenever we do like exams or like tests, will everything be open notes or not everything?
I generally will let you do everything open book if you need to. Now, when it comes to exams, most of the instructions in the exams ask you to not use your material. I personally don't mind if you use your material, but at the same time, I do offer retakes. If you take a test and you bomb it, I'm gonna let you review what you missed and retake it if you want to improve that grade. And I offer 2 retakes per exam. You can retake it twice. And you'll have the option to review it and see the correct answers in between, so you can see where you went wrong and figure out what did. And if you have any questions about anything, that's also, you know, we can get together and go over any particulars that you missed and you're not sure why you missed it. We'll walk through it. But there's something else I want to get to that. And now I just went blank. But that's okay. But yeah, and those are all online too in your e-learning system. No, I love questions, Angel. Ask them all.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I love questions, because I mean, you're probably not the only one who has that question. Not at all. So don't worry about that. Ask all the questions you want. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Unitech and their expectations for you guys. My main expectation for you guys is to get in on a daily basis and do your work. I try not to give y'all so much that you sit down and you think about it, you're like, oh my God, this is too much. I can't do this. I ain't got time for this. It's not that much, I promise. It's not that deep. I know that you guys work. I know that you guys have families. I do too, you know, and we have life that happens to us. And you just got to communicate with me. If there's ever a day that you can't get in and do your stuff because you have a family emergency, your kid gets sick, whatever the case may be, you may just be overly stressed out and exhausted one day and just can't mentally deal with school. Y'all, that's okay. We all have those days. Just let me know. just let me know. Just say, look, I need a day. I'll pick it back up tomorrow, I promise. But today I need a day. And I'll be like, all right, girl, I'll talk to you tomorrow. It's good. We're going to meet each other with grace and get through this program. All right, so Unitech's expectation for you guys is they kind of line up with mine. They expect daily attendance. And when I say daily attendance, I mean Monday through Friday. And what I do to help y'all with this, because I have a lot of, like I said, I have a lot of students that work during the week and just really don't have the time during the work day. I mean, by the time you get home from work, it's late. You got to feed your kids, bathe your kids homework, put them to bed. And then by that time, you're flipping exhausted, right? I know I am. By 9 o'clock, I'm like a dead person. But so what I do is I assign a daily assignment, and it is literally one question. It's one question that you could Google search, if nothing else, and find the answer in about 5 minutes. So if you are having one of those crazy days and you just can't get to the lab that day, you can still just do your daily assignment, catch up on the lab later, okay? We have that flexibility with online, but the important thing is that you get in every day and do something, because you don't want to fall behind. Like I said, the program's 8 months long, so we go through a lot of information really fast. If you miss a week, you're going to be behind like 3 chapters, 2 to 3 chapters in the book. So like I said, but that being said, y'all, when I do a lab assignment and it's reading, it's usually no more than like 10 pages. So like I said, I'm not assigning y'all massive amounts of work to do, but there is work to do, okay? And communicate, that's the big thing. Just daily attendance and communication is the 2 big things. If y'all do that, y'all will fly through this program, because 8 months will be here and gone before you know it. It just will. It will be here and gone before you know it. All right, so Unitech's attendance policy, part of their expectations, they have a 14-day drop policy. If you do not attend class for 14 days, if you don't turn anything in for 14 days, you are dropped from the program, okay? That's a very rare occurrence. Usually if you signed up for this program and you're here, it's for a reason. You have a goal in mind, you know, and sometimes our motivation falls a little flat. If we're having, you know, like a bad week, our motivation may fall flat, but that's what I'm here for, guys. If y'all go 2 or 3 days without turning anything in, y'all are going to hear from me. Y'all are going to hear from me. I'm going to send you a text message probably the second or third morning. I'm going to say, hey, is everything okay? You need help with anything? You know, and that opens the line for you to tell me what's going on. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to be all in your business. You ain't got to give me any details about your personal life. Just tell me I got something personal going on, if that's the case. Or if you had a busy day, then okay, you had a busy day. No problem. But just communicate with me, okay? And don't let yourself get behind, because then you'll get overwhelmed if it piles up on you. It's much better to take it a day at a time, a little at a time, guys. Promise. Okay. Let's see. All right. So 14 days is their policy. I'll tell y'all this too. After about 5 or 6 days, you start not only hearing, you're going to hear from me every day after 3 days. But on day 5 or 6, you're going to start getting calls from other people at Unitech checking on you. The DOE is going to call you, Miss Jessica. If you don't respond to her, you're going to have other instructors that are going to try to reach out and talk to you and reach you. If you don't answer us eventually before 14 days hits, we're going to call your emergency contacts and see if you're still alive. And just make sure you're ducking and dodging and not dead in a ditch. Okay, we care about y'all, so we're gonna check in on you. And I've got students, y'all, that go through this program and never hear from nobody, never hear from me, because they turn their work in every day. They come to Zoom and, you know, they do what they do, because they're trying to get through this thing and reach their goals. All right, so we talked about Unitech's expectations and policies and whatnot. Let's see. Let's talk about what happens if you don't pass a module. okay? Because that happens quite often. If you fail one of the 8 modules, you will have to repeat it to graduate, to finish the program, okay? And how that works, what you'll do is you will just continue on in your program until we get to the module where you started. You'll finish that, and then you'll start to repeat the ones you failed, if you fail any. I got plenty of students that don't fail any. I got some students who, you know, have something hard happen in their life and they end up, for whatever reason, failing the module and then having to repeat it. And that's okay. You know, if that happens, that's okay. But if you fail too many modules and let your GPA drop below a 2.0, you have to have a 2.0 to finish the program. If your GPA drops too low, you're going to be put on academic probation. And if you continue to fail modules, you'll eventually be dropped from the program. Because, like I said, you can't finish without that 2.0. So we're not going to let you continue on if you can't finish the program, right? We're not going to let you continue on going accruing debt, you know, spending time that you could be doing something more productive if we know that you can't finish the program. So there's only 2 ways you can get kicked out of the program, is if you 14-day out, or what you call SAP out, which is academic failure, okay? It's only 2 ways you can get out of the program, unless you withdraw. I mean, you can quit if you want to, you know, that's your choice, but that doesn't happen often either. All right, so we talked about attendance, we talked about communication. We talked briefly about books. Do y'all have any questions about the books? Like I said, Miss Franny is going to email you the instructions to access your books. When you get her email, guys, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the email, there's a big long code, and that code is very important, okay? When you sign on to our book vendor's website, Evolve, you're going to have to redeem that code. So just keep in mind that that's where that is in that email from Franny, okay? And y'all should get that later today or early tomorrow. As soon as y'all turn in today's assignment, I email Franny and let her know you did that and that you're active in the class. And then she sends you all your stuff, all your logins and access to everything, okay? We just got to know that you're invested in the program before we do that. Okay. So, and once you get into e-learning, once you get those logins and everything in there, guys, start looking around and then text me. Text me with any questions you have, or you can call me if you have questions about where to go to find what. I can walk you through all of that stuff, okay? But the main thing you're going to do is once you log into e-learning, you're going to go to your academics tab. You're going to see a menu across the top, and you're going to go to academics, and all your classes are going to be listed there, okay? And you'll just click into that course, and then you're in your e-learning course, and you'll see there's a gray menu off to the left, and it has like your news and announcements, your course assignments. I have recordings of web meetings there, coding workshops, extra resources, all kinds of stuff there. So just go through those menus and see what you can find, okay? And what might be helpful to you or useful. I will tell you now, the thing that most people use is the course assignments page and the Zoom meetings page. Those are the big ones that everybody, you got to know where that is to get your stuff done, right? All right, so when you get to your course assignments, they're all listed there in a row. You just scroll down to find them. All right, so each module, the way they're set up, they're a certain amount of days long, okay? This module that we're in, 154, is the longest one. It's 40 days long. And we are on day 34, 35. We're real close to the end of this module. It ends next week, I think next Tuesday or Wednesday. And then we'll hop into 155, okay? And 155 is only 20 days long. And then we get to 156, which is the fun one. We're done with coding once we get there. So we got about 30 more days in coding that y'all have to bear with it and just catch on the best you can. But I don't want you to stress out about it if it doesn't click with y'all right away, because everybody else has been coding for months, okay? They've been coding for months. So y'all haven't been through that section of the program yet. y'all will go through that before you graduate. Okay, so don't worry about the coding right now. And on the exams and stuff, you can just put new student or, you know, anything like that. But y'all aren't even going to have any exams until we get into 155. So y'all are new, so y'all are exempt from the final exam for this one. But you think it's the only one we got left for this module. But so don't stress about the coding. That's not a huge deal breaker. But as far as assignments, every day you have a daily assignment and a lab assignment. And like I said, that daily assignment is 1 question long, and it usually pertains to whatever we're working on, whatever your reading assignment is. It's usually found somewhere in there. Okay. Every now and then I throw in a Harry Potter trivia question because I'm a Harry Potter fan. So every now and then I throw one of those in for extra points or something. Let's see, those are your daily assignments are at the top of the page. If you scroll down, you'll see your lab assignments. Now, the way I label everything, guys, I label it so it's really easy for you to tell what day what's due on. Okay, like today's assignments will be labeled, let me double, I think we're on 34 or 40. So today's assignments would be labeled day 34 or 40 daily assignment and day 34 or 40 lab assignment. Pretty simple. And you know, the due dates are all listed next to it and all that stuff. So it's really easy to see what you have due what day. Okay. And also there's one of those menu options, gray menu options, is a week at a glance page. And basically all that is an overview of everything you have due that entire week. So you can kind of plan out your week a little bit. And that's just something extra that I kind of throw together for y'all. Okay. But again, it is an overview. So for the complete directions, you need to click into the assignment. Okay. For the page numbers and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, you have a daily assignment in a lab that's due every day. And they're going to be open until Sunday. They're due Monday through Friday. But because we're online and I need y'all to have that flexibility, I leave everything open until Sunday night at 11:55. After Sunday night at 11:55, those assignments close. And if you've not completed them, you get a 0. You get an F for that assignment, okay? So we want to make sure that all of our assignments for the week are done by Sunday evening at 11:55. Now, if you are one of those folks that are really ambitious and you just don't have time during the week to do everything and you want to get everything done on like Monday and just do everything for the whole week on Monday, that's fine. You do that if that's how you want to do it. But please make sure to turn in those daily assignments daily. Okay, I need that way you get your attendance in. Okay. So just, you can do them all on Monday, but just turn Mondays in on Monday and turn Tuesdays in on Tuesday and so on. Okay. And that way I don't have to search and look through the system to see if you did anything the previous day to get your attendance. It makes things easier for me and easier for y'all, I promise. All right. So any questions about assignments, how they're set up, anything like that? One more thing I do want to mention. The majority of your assignments ask you to upload a document, okay? Like you'll find some chapter exercises in your book, and I want you to give me the answers to those exercises, right? You're just going to open up like a Microsoft Word document or a blank Google document, whatever, whichever word processing software you want to use is fine. And you just list out those answers, and you're going to save that document to your computer and then upload it into the assignment page. And that's it. Okay. But they're called upload assignments. And if you need help on how to do that, I can walk you through it. Or there's also a 3-minute video on the resources page in eLearning that walks you through it also. And like I said, it's like 3 minutes, no fluff. It just shows you step by step how to upload the document. It's really simple. Okay. But again, if you have any issues with it, I'm a text message away. Okay. So let's see. I think that's almost it. If you guys don't have any questions, we're going to talk about today's assignment and what you need to do for today. and then that'll be it. Do y'all have any other questions so far? Everything good? Awesome. Okay, so for today's assignment, here's what I want you to do. I want you to type up a document, or, Microsoft Word, Google Docs, whatever, and I just want a short paragraph. Tell me why you chose this program, how you got to Unitech, a little bit about your journey, whatever you feel like sharing. Go ahead and share it. But the main thing I want to know is why you chose medical billing and coding. That's the meat and potatoes of it. But guys, it can be as short or as long as you want it to be. There's no word count or anything. And I want you to email me that document. Okay. Don't just type it up in the email. I want you to literally type up a document, attach it to the email, and send it to me. Okay. Don't have any questions about that? No? Morgan, are you all good? You've been kind of quiet.
Yes, ma'am, I'm good. I'm just taking it all in.
Okay, good deal. Well, ladies, if y'all don't have any further questions for me, that's all I'm going to do for one day. That's all I'm going to overwhelm you with for one day. Okay. Now, I am going to email you this afternoon with some instructions for tomorrow just in case Franny gets tied up and you don't get your logins, or you have technical issues getting into e-learning or anything like that. So I'm going to email you about tomorrow's assignments this afternoon. Okay. But for today, all y'all have to do is email me that one little, paragraph about how you got to Unitech. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it this morning. One thing I do want to mention, I'm sorry. Right now, as far as weekly meetings and lectures and stuff, our weekly class meeting is Thursday at 3:30. Hopefully you guys can make it. If you can't, that's okay. I always record them so you can watch them later, okay? But Thursdays at 3:30 is our weekly live meeting where the whole class is there. Okay? All right, ladies. Well, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, thank you so much for being here this morning. And welcome to Unitech.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.